Welcome to Sunday Mornings with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we are here today to share some Enlightenism insights with you about a new way to think and live, the power you have within you. And Sister Carolyn is going to get us started with some powerful insights on Enlightenism. She is a practitioner, Enlightenism practitioner, teacher, and workshop facilitator. And she is going to share some powerful insights about how to use Enlightenism to change how you think and live. Here is Sister Carolyn to get us started.
Thank you, Brother Malcolm. I always like that introduction. It always makes me smile. I am truly an Enlightenism teacher and consciousness practitioner. That is who I am in everything that I do, in everything that I say, and in who I am. That is, as the kids used to say, that is who I be. And so it's so refreshing to bring this program with all of the wonderful ways that we can create within our life a new way to think and a new way to live. We have the power within to dissolve the pain that we have produced in our life. Enlightenism is about stopping the production of pain. And if you think about an assembly line, if anyone's ever been to a factory and seen an assembly line, on that line things are moving fast, and they have one shift after another, and the production just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. But if you can imagine just for a moment someone saying, stop, just stop the production, everything stops. And when everything stops, you no longer hear the noise. You no longer see the production in full force. The idea of Enlightenism is to stop producing pain in your life. What I know is that we are all born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless. And we have everything that we will ever need for the journey. And so when you understand that flow, you can stop for a moment the production of pain that you are bringing into your life. The first principle of Enlightenism says this: I am responsible for the current conditions in my life. Now, if you understand that you were born with everything that you will ever need for the journey, then you come to that place within you that knows you are responsible for the current conditions in your life. And when you know that, and know that you have everything that you will ever need for the journey, then you can say to yourself, I can stop producing pain. I can stop the painful responses that I've allowed myself to take on. I can stop accepting the information given to me by others. I am free. I don't have to compare myself to anyone. I understand that I have power that up until now I didn't use. I don't have to mimic my life, my responses, or anything after someone else. I am unique in my own way. There is no one that is like me in this world. There is no one exactly like me in this world. With this responsibility that I understand, I am free to move through my life now to produce and to create the kind of beingness that I want to see. Enlightenism is for those of us who want to stop the production of pain, who want to move through our life free of what others have taught and what you have accepted as that's the only way to live. You understand that conditional living is what we get on the road to toxicity. Because when we decide that we don't care about how much pain we're producing, we're not on the Enlightenism road. And this broadcast is definitely not for you at this moment. And when you want to stop producing the pain, then you understand what you have to take into your consciousness, because it's all in the thoughts that we produce. It is all a part of the belief system that we have to walk through and unlearn with Enlightenism. When we understand we're responsible for the current conditions in our life, we also understand that we acknowledge. The second principle says, I acknowledge that my beliefs and values created the conditions in my life. That is the second principle, where you can stop producing the pain. I acknowledge that my beliefs and values created the conditions in my life. Now, I won't read all 10 principles of Enlightenism. What I invite you to do is to pick up the book Enlightenism. This is what we speak from each and every Sunday that we're on. And each and every day that we are on the broadcast, we bring you ideas and information so that you can stop creating the pain in your life. Your life is about living it unencumbered by anger. Living your life free of lack, limitation, and struggle. And being responsible for the current conditions in your life. And when you understand that, it is about then accepting that you can produce the kind of beingness in your life. You can produce what you want in your life. This book, Enlightenism, is designed to change the way you think and live, so that you can create in your life the beingness and the power that you already were born with. And along life's journey, we have accepted ideas and input from others that have taken over our thinking and our being. And so when we respond to anything, we respond from that field, that learned field of toxicity. And what Enlightenism does is it says, come out of the field. You have the freedom. You have the freedom that you were born with. You have everything that you will ever need for the journey. And with Enlightenism, you know and understand this. And you don't have to worry when you make a decision that you don't like, or when you do something that you don't like. You understand that you have the power to change the way you think and live. You have the power to create in your life the being that you desire to see. And now it's time for Brother Malcolm. So I give you now Brother Malcolm, author, speaker, and creator of Enlightenism. Brother Malcolm.
Thank you so much, Sister Carolyn, for those wonderful insights.
You're welcome.
And this is the powerful book that she was talking to you about. Enlightenism, a new way to think and live.
Definitely.
The greater power is within you. That is our message. That's the philosophy of Enlightenism. And we invite you every Sunday to tune in to Enlightenism. And incidentally, folks, you can catch us on Spreaker and YouTube on Sunday mornings, 12 o'clock. I'm Brother Malcolm to share some insight. I'm here with you. Thank you, Sister Carolyn, to share some insights with you today about Enlightenism. Who are you aware of being? That's a good starting point every day. Who are you aware of being? And what is your goal for living in life? What is it that you want to do in your life? What is the great desire that you have in your life? Who are you aware of being? Well, I said Malcolm. Well, I'm much more than Malcolm. I'm much more than Malcolm Kelly. I'm much more of a person than this name, because I could have been named John, Tom, any type of name I could have had. My mother could have named me that. But is that who I am? And I only become aware of being the person that's named Malcolm Kelly because it became repetitive in my life. Then I began to identify with it, with the name. We identify with our beliefs. We identify with race, color, gender, age, all of these types of things that society has created for us to attach ourselves to. We become those people. We identify with those people, or those labels, I should say, about those people, about us. But there's a new way to think and live. See, there's a freedom in you that's greater than the one that you have been using. But you have to have a goal for living. What is the goal for living? What is your goal for life today? It's based upon what you think of yourself. Who are you aware of being? And whatever you think of yourself today, this is what you're planning to do. When we were teenagers, we used to go and hang around, hang out. So we're just going to go hang out today. That was the goal. School is out. We're out of school. Let's just go hang out. That became a goal in life. You may have a goal in life today to watch sports. Go shopping. Go out to breakfast. Go to lunch or brunch. That becomes the goal of the things that you're planning to do today to give you some reason for living today. What is your reason that you have created for yourself? What have you established for yourself? Are you using beliefs and values that victimize you, or are you using beliefs and values that empower you? So that if you believe beliefs and values about victimize you, then you believe in a ghetto, and then you will also believe in affluence. You would believe that Beverly Hills is greater than South Central Los Angeles. Some says better than Central, better than Manchester, and Crenshaw. These are things that you would use to identify who you're aware of being. And these things is called self-victimization. You're self-victimizing yourself. We are greater than the way that we have defined ourselves using someone else's beliefs. We become really greater than who we are aware of being today when we redefine ourselves with new beliefs. Redefining yourself. Take some time in your life to redefine who you are aware of being. Who are you really aware of being? And how can you get some information and beliefs to redefine yourself? Because they seem to all be taken. All of the beliefs are already here. No, they're not. Not the ones about you. There are a lot of beliefs about things, about people, about religions, about spirituality, about God. See, we've all been taught to believe in God. Particularly all the people who look like me. We have been taught to believe. And then we believed it. But what do we really understand about it? Except God became an extension of society. Meaning that God became a provider for us when we couldn't provide for ourselves. When you believe you cannot provide for yourself, then you begin to believe that someone else can provide for you. You believe God is going to provide everything for us. So we become beggars to God. You only go to God when you need something. Now you think about it. I know some of you may be get a little upset with me today, but that's okay because you really don't think about God until you need something. Have you ever thought about when you really think about God? I mean, really, that you feel the intensity, the visceral feelings about God. Well, it's when you need something. You want something. And you believe God can give it to you. And you can't give it to yourself. But it's what you desire to have in your life. You're not thinking about what God desires to have in your life. God desires for God to be present in your life and for you to be aware of this presence within you and to let go of your other God, the God of materialism, the God of misinformation, the God of illusions, and attach yourself to the power that's within you. But we want to become powerless because we think it's natural. We think we have been taught it's a natural way to think and live. And that when you cannot solve things, like people beg all the time, say, Lord, let it rain. They pray for rain. Let somebody over here, sister so-and-so, so brother so-and-so, let's pray for them to get better in life. Let's hope that the ill and the sick today can get better through our prayers. And not recognize you cannot pray your way out of the pain. If you could pray your way out of the pain, just look what would be happening all over the world today. People are praying all over the world. All over the world today. For things to be better. And how long do you think they've been praying? Before you were born? Before I was born? And even before all of this was happening, people began to feel powerless because of a lack of understanding about who they are and who you're aware of being. So then you can be in prayer all the time. If you think that you have no power, you can pray all the time. Because you lack the power to fulfill your goals in life, whatever they are. Whatever you're aware of being today, the person you're aware of being today, that's the one. That person in this moment is who you are. But you don't have to stay this person in this moment. You can change how you think about yourself. And my message and information is all about inner mind power and the power that individuals have to change how they think and live. That's always the message of Enlightenism. is that there's a power in you that's greater than the information that you have been using. That's why we're doing this broadcast. That's why the books. That's why Enlightenism was written. So that you can bring it into the world. Bring it into the world. There was no book entitled Enlightenism until I wrote this book. There was no philosophy of Enlightenism. Many people talk a lot about enlightenment, but not Enlightenism. And Enlightenism is because it's a philosophy, it's a way of living. It's the emphasis on the greater power is within you. And this greater power is what people refer to as God. Consciousness. No beginning, no ending. That's what it means. See, this is what Sister Carolyn and I are talking about every day. And when we share the information with you on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays, and we share this information because it's important to us. We don't want to keep it a secret.
It's not a secret.
We don't want this to be a secret. See, it's just like only one or two people can know something. See, people have a thing, only one or two people can be like the Buddha, the Christ, the Muhammad, and Christians and all. No, that is not.
It's not the way.
That is not who we are aware of being. We can go to even higher levels than those individuals because the power in us is not limited by our usage of the power. We limit ourselves by a lack of understanding of the power within each one of us. And that's what's in you, a piece of God, the greater power. And God is consciousness, whole, perfect, and complete, colorless, faceless, and formless. Sister Carolyn and I are doing the work. We encourage all of you to check out the work that we are doing. See if it can have some benefit to you. Right. Now we believe and know that it will, but you may not believe it today. But I just ask you to think about, who are you aware of being? What information are you using to determine who you are aware of being?
Absolutely. And
can you change this information to change who you're aware of being? Right. And we believe and know that the answer to those questions are yes. That you are greater than the person that you're currently aware of being. I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we are advocates for Enlightenism, a new way to think and live. Check out the book Enlightenism, folks.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. Have a great day.